Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something huge happening in tech right now, the rise of the AI agent. We're going to pull from some new industry reports to really understand how AI is changing from just a tool we use into an autonomous teammate and, what that means for the rest of us.
Let's kick things off with a prediction that's, well, it's pretty staggering. Within just 1 year, AI is expected to write up to 90% of all routine code. And let me be super clear, that's not just helping with code, that's autonomously writing it.
So, yeah. That immediately brings up a huge question, doesn't it? And maybe it's a little unsettling. If AI is handling the nitty-gritty work of coding, what does that mean for our jobs? What skills are actually going to matter from here on out?
To even begin to answer that, we have to get our heads around the sheer scale of what's going on. This is not just another trend. The source material we're looking at calls it a tectonic shift, and it's happening at a speed that's honestly catching just about everyone off guard.
I mean, just look at this timeline. For decades, when we said digital transformation, we meant building websites and mobile apps. As recently as last year, it was all about dashboards and manual data work. But today, it is an absolute sprint to build and deploy autonomous AI agents. And that entire pivot, it's happened in just a few months.
And we're not talking about some small, niche market. The scale of this race is immense. Gartner is predicting that by 2026, we're going to see over 25 billion of these AI agents in use. That isn't some far-off sci-fi forecast. That's the reality that businesses are planning for as we speak.
Okay, so to really feel the impact here, let's just take a quick step back and remember the world we are very rapidly leaving behind. A digital world that was pretty much built by hand, one piece at a time. For years, this was the daily grind for so many of us, right? Professionals pouring countless hours into these really painstaking manual tasks, writing SQL queries, fighting with data, building static reports. Every single insight was handcrafted and, frankly, slow.
And here's the kicker. The result of that shift? Entire workflows are just being compressed. A process that used to take an analyst days, getting the requirements, wrangling the data, building the report, can now be done in seconds, all with a simple request to an AI agent.
So what in the world is an AI agent? And how does it pull off this magic trick of turning days of work into seconds? Let's break down what really makes this new tech tick.
The key word here, the one you really need to latch on to, is autonomous. See, an AI agent isn't an app you click on. It's more like an independent worker that you delegate a complex goal to. It doesn't just give you an answer. It actually takes action. It uses other tools to get the whole job done.
So this is basically how an agent thinks. It starts with a goal you give it. Then it uses this really cool method called chain of thought to create a logical step-by-step plan. After that, it goes and finds the specific knowledge it needs, and then, finally, it actually executes that plan by talking to other tools and APIs. Now, that retrieve knowledge step, that is powered by an absolutely critical technology called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or just RAG. And honestly, this is the secret sauce. RAG is what lets an agent pull in fresh, specific, external info, like your company's latest sales numbers, so its answers are actually grounded in today's reality, not just some old training data. And all of this is built on a totally new tech stack. So instead of the old-school databases, we have things like vector storage for these lightning-fast conceptual searches. We have embedding models that turn complex stuff like text into numbers that a computer can search. We have agent frameworks. These are basically protocols that act like a universal translator so different AIs can work together. And then, at the very heart of it all, you have the LLMs. They're the reasoning engine that powers the whole thing. Okay, so let's get to the part we're probably all thinking about. Because a new tech stack and new capabilities, well, they bring new rules for work. This shift is completely redefining what it means to be a professional.
Take the developer, for instance. With AI writing all the little functions, the human's role gets elevated. You're no longer just a coder building one piece at a time. You become the architect of the entire system, thinking about design, security, and how all these different AI agents are going to work together.
And we're seeing a very similar evolution for business analysts. Your job shifts from just defining requirements for an app to becoming more of a strategic AI champion. Your new role is to hunt down the highest value places to use an agent,
quickly prototype how it should work, and then actually measure the business impact it's having.
So you're probably seeing the pattern here, right? It cuts across every role. The value is shifting away from doing granular, manual tasks and moving toward high-level strategy, design, and oversight. The new game is all about orchestrating value, not just executing tasks.
So, where does this all leave us? What's next? Well, all of this builds toward a really powerful, and I think exciting new vision for the human role in this new era.
This right here, this single idea pulled straight from the source material just perfectly captures the opportunity in front of us. It's not about being replaced, it's about being elevated. We're moving off the assembly line and into the design studio.
And so that leaves us with one final, and I think pretty provocative question. As AI agents step in to become the builders, the coders, and the doers, the most important question we all have to answer for ourselves is this: what will you become the architect of?